And now, Zex presents Overly Dramatic Reedingz, Twila, the Girl Who Was in Love with a Vampire, Chapter 5, Cheaters and Suicide. What the hell? What is that? Hey, you can't come in here, hey!
Is this a job? We, the chibi voices, would like to let you all know that we are holding the serious and the overly dramatic voices hostage. I'm not doing it back. We will continue to hold them hostage until someone pays us a ransom of $1 million. References! What is this? Twila, the girl who was in love with a vampire. Hey, get over here! What is it? What is it, huh? What? Oh, this thing has perfect spelling. Awesome. Oh, I got an idea. Let's read it! I'll get the voices at you! Which are they? I think those are the ones that are notified with, the caps lock. Oh, okay. Let's go! Alrighty then. Chapter 5, Cheaters and Suicide. We didn't know what to do with all the blood from Bobby Brown, so everyone just drank it off the floor. We had wedding gamers and shit, and Jacob left cause he was angry at us for some recession. We played Spin the Bottle and Jared had to kiss Ed. S/N. Low big guys are so hot. Are they? I wasn't jealous cause they were both guys. But Emitter was depressed because Gerard is his buff. We listened to Green Day and he got cheered up. I was going to sleep that night when I got possessed by Satan. Oh no! But it was okay, cause we're friends. Oh, that's good. He just does that sometimes as a joke. I asked him what he wanted, and he told me to kill Rosemary. What? Well, I knew that Ed would be angry if I killed his sister, because she is a blonde prep, said Satan suicidally. So I went to their house in the dark, and I knew which was Rosalind's room, because the door was pink with pom-poms hanging from it, and a poster of Hilary Duff. I broke down the door, but inside was Edward! What the hell is going on, you asshole? I screamed. This is Edward? Now let me fucking explain! He began to cry. Then I saw Rosa was on top of him! Oh, what for you, bastard? That's your sister! When? I exploded. I transformed and began to tear the room apart and ripped all the preppy posters down. I jumped at Rosalind. What happened to Rosa? Bit her neck, and she started having a seizure. Then she ran around and died. Ed kept crying. This is disgusting, I said with disgust. I can't believe it. And Rose. What about Rosa, Rosalie, just listen, okay, he pleased. I couldn't in the dark. I thought she was you. Yeah, right, like I believed that. We're getting a divorce. I was so pissed. But then Edward got on his knees and sang, If I marry me, will I bury me? Will I carry me to the end? And I remembered the promise we had made, over that song when we got married. We said we would always be there for each other. Okay, fine, this is our last chance, bitch. I ran out of the room and saw Carlos in the hall. Hey babies, he laughed. I'm so much better than Edward. You don't come upstairs with me. But I just ran away sadly because everyone wanted something from me. The day was a bad time because it was awkward between me and Ed. And plus, Midnight was in the hospital from slitting her wrists because Jasper had called her a slut. He was getting really moody all the time, and he acted jealous around me and Ed all the time. I asked him about it in school. Hey, you the fuck did make my sister slit her wrists, I roared. He sighed with depression and said, I'm just not in love with her anymore. After I killed Alec, I saw our true strength. What are you saying? I didn't understand. I'm saying that I would rather be with her than her. So I was hoping that she would kill herself and we would be divorced. And I would never be with her in a million years. You're a terrible person, I said with tears of blood pooping down my pale face. I was wearing violet fishnets with safety pins in them, and a corset with a black vest over it, and a pentagram, and lots of safety pins, and tight black jeans. Mikhail, Jabab, Bella, and Jessa all gathered around us. Jasp was so embarrassed. A lot of the teachers came over and stared at me. Twila, please report to the principal's office, the teachers said strangely. So I followed them, and the principal was there, and he said to me, I'm sorry, but we are going to have to transfer to a deaf school. No! Said loudly. I can't, this is where Edward goes to school! Yes, they admitted uncomfortably, but are causing a really bad disturbance in the school. There is something odd about it, and no one feels comfortable with us here, so I have to go to that other school in Washington, called Mount St. Preb's Academy. I couldn't believe it. I was never going to see Ed again if I went there. I jumped out the window and ran home and took out a knife and cut myself. There was blood all over the floor, and I fell down and started to die. End of that chapter. Well, that was great. Wasn't it such a lovely story? So all you people listening out there, if you want the other voices back, you got to pay us $1 million. References. See you next time. Bye! Okay, here's the F button.